This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Over the past few months, I've spent a lot of time focusing on seed retention. It is a very popular and trendy topic, and we're going to focus a lot more on that. However, I want you to get the big picture perspective, the bird perspective, the begin with the end in mind perspective of what the Men of High Value movement is all about. I don't want you to be just a simple subscriber that watches the videos once in a while. I want you to achieve your full potential. I want you to become financially free. I want you to achieve the biggest dreams that you could ever imagine. But if you don't know the big picture of this Men of High Value movement, you will never dedicate yourself and commit yourself to the movement. And without that commitment and dedication to the group as a whole, you won't be able to get the results from the group that we can give you. So let's go through the Men of High Value movement in 1, 2, 3. They are as follows: truth, freedom, and family. And we're going to start with family for now. The Men of High Value movement is all about saving the family. Saving women and children specifically, because they are the ones in need of our services. They are the ones in need of us succeeding, and they are the ones who will actually give us the most emotional fulfillment that we could ever receive in this lifetime. There are certain emotional needs that men have to become fathers, and to become husbands, to become providers of women and children. Working towards establishing a family of your own, and then once you get it, working towards retaining that family, creates an all-time amazing purpose. It creates happiness and joy when done right. For women, it also has that potential when done right. And for kids, especially for kids, emotional fulfillment for kids allows them to tap into their full potential. When kids are emotionally fulfilled, they allow themselves to be led, which is phase 1 of leadership. When they allow themselves to be led, they begin to tap into phase number 2, which is leading themselves. If they're allowed to be kids as kids, and they can play and have fun and be feminine and enjoy that time, once they are of a certain age and maturity, it is time now for them to begin to learn how to lead themselves. Very often that has to do with their testosterone levels and them beginning their seed production. This is the time when they need to learn how to control themselves to stay away from filthy content online, and for them to control their seed and retain it, and retain their power, and use that energy and motivation to begin to lead themselves and go to work. Now we have come to one of the other pillars of the Men of High Value movement, which is the truth, education, allowing yourself to be led in the direction of truth, that which works in the long run and in the big scheme of things. If the past generations have not given us the truth, that which works, then we're on a search to continuously find that which works. There's no generation in history that has had all the answers. It evolves until eventually we will get to the end destination of all of us coming to an understanding of what the truth is. That which works in the long run and in the big scheme of things. That is why we need to allow our kids to rebel if we have not provided them with that which creates emotional fulfillment. If it's true, it would create emotional fulfillment. If it is not true, it would leave a void in us. It would leave us unfulfilled. It would make us have to look for answers elsewhere, which is great because we as parents or future parents don't have necessarily all of the answers. And our kids have to break away from our family, especially our boys, to go out and find the truth for themselves. It is an important and critical aspect of the Men of High Value movement of finding the truth, no matter where it is found. And phase number 3 is leading others. You cannot lead others before you have learned to lead yourself. In this phase, you are now learning how to work together with your team and helping them to catch your vision of what can be accomplished if we all work together in harmony. And once you are working together in harmony, you can begin to replace yourself slowly but surely until now these guys have learned these skills and they are doing them repeatedly, and now they are beginning to train others, and now the organization grows and the stability and the growth is happening. The best leaders are those that manage to create the best win-win situations for everyone to benefit, which allows these guys, the best leaders, to also be financially free. You first began with allowing yourself to be led by someone who knew the truth, that which worked. And then you began to align yourself with the truth by leading yourself because you had to do the work and learn what needed to be learned. And now you've moved on to the leadership stage of leading others, leading a team where now they are in phase 2 and you are in phase 3 because you just got more experience. And it allows you to tap into the next pillar of the Men of High Value movement, which is freedom. Freedom is massively important to this movement, and especially financial freedom, because financial freedom allows you to tap into the next phase, which is lead women. Without financial freedom, it is not wise and it is neglectful to attract women into your life that you are not willing to commit to and provide for if they were to have kids with you. Phase 4 is the enjoyment stage, where you don't have to worry about the financial issues, where you don't have to worry about, oh, where is my income going to come next month? And, oh, thinking about, I hate my job. This is why I tell all my clients, and I also repeatedly tell you on my videos, to stop dating, to become a voluntary celibate just for a short period of time where you massively set aside women from your life and working towards establishing your financial foundation by allowing yourself to be led, by learning how to lead yourself, and by leading others and replacing yourself over time. And that could be a process of 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, it doesn't matter. But to attract a woman into your life before that time, in my opinion, is completely neglectful and should never, ever, ever be done. Now you can learn to be happy on your own. Masculinity is happy without anyone content. However, he knows that the happiness and joy, the contentment and peace of mind will grow exponentially from having women and children in his life. But he wants to make sure the foundation is set up so that he can retain those relationships forever and have them look up to him forever. Which leads us to phase number 5, lead kids. The family. Now we've come full circle. It's like a triangle. First, you allow yourself to be led. Then you learn how to lead yourself. First corner of the triangle. Then you move over to begin to lead others and learn how to replace yourself towards financial freedom. And then you move up to the last point of the triangle, which is where you will get complete emotional fulfillment, complete happiness, complete joy. And that is when you establish a family and you already know how it is to retain that family. The only reason why families are breaking apart, and most guys will blame women, well, 80 to 90% of the divorces happening are initiated by women. If they just put in more effort. No, the only reason why divorces happen, the only reason why marriages fall apart and why families divorce is because the man has no idea what he's doing. The man has no idea about the woman. Understand the woman and you will understand the world. That is the slogan for this channel. If you build up your entire foundation upon the fact that you're going to have a family one day and it's going to work out, and then it doesn't, what was the point? And then you've got kids running around and you never get to see them, and it's every other weekend or whatever it is. And then you've got to start a new family. Just get it right from the beginning, from the start. If you understand the woman and you set up your foundation correctly from the beginning, from the get-go, your family can last forever. And that is what the Men of High Value movement is all about. Let's do a quick recap. There are 3 pillars to the Men of High Value movement. First, you've got truth. Then you've got freedom. Then you've got family. Those are the 3 pillars of the movement. If these are close to your value system, I highly recommend sticking around on the Men of High Value channel, because we will be able to fulfill each of these 3 pillars to the nth degree. A part of these 3 pillars are the 5 phases of leadership. Number 1, allow yourself to be led. Number 2, lead yourself, meaning do the work. Phase number 3, lead others. Lead a team and allow them to learn from you how to become skilled and how to become leaders. And number 4 is lead women. Number 5 is lead kids. We're doing this to save women and children everywhere. The Men of High Value movement is to set up families that are happy, that are functional, because the only reason why the world is the way it is today, guess what? It's because kids are not allowed to go through this process because people are uneducated about what works in the long run and in the big scheme of things. If you become part of this movement and help us build it, all of us will benefit from it in the long run. Make sure you share this video with as many men as possible, because together we literally can change the world. This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. I'll see you in the next video.